IVM.
Hello and welcome to Football Twaddle. My name is Saru. This is the Fantasy Football Show. We have our friend, the analyst, the man, the machine, Jayant, in the studio right now. Jayant, what's up? The last time you were here, you had a really bad FPL time. You did one pod with us and you're at 88 points for game week 6. So, are we the reason for your success?
No. I mean, I wish it was that easy. Hi everyone. I had a great week. I got 88 points. I'm not a machine. I actually played my wild card the week before that, and I got 38 points. So it was just sticking with my team that actually saw me through this game week.
All right, let's start off with the biggest talking points of this. Pep Guardiola, what an asshole. And if his assholery wasn't proven enough on a Saturday, he goes ahead right now, and yesterday he's talking up Bernardo Silva for that tweet, right? So Pep has to show how bad he is as a human being.
So we all know that Pep loves to rotate. It came as a shock to me that Sterling was the most captained player the last game week. If you looked at the minutes that Sterling was playing, it was almost obvious that Sterling would be rested. He played all of England's games. He played 90 minutes in the Champions League. I think, or if you analyze the minutes out of all the City players that played across those 2 weeks, Sterling would have played the most minutes.
A better way to rest Sterling or any City player would be to play them for 61 minutes and then rest them, right? So they don't have to play the last 30 minutes.
No, I think... So yeah, Sterling was in my team. I'm glad he didn't play. Lundstram came off the bench for me and got me a massive 12 points.
All right, so this some guy, Martin Muniu. He's the manager of the week. He had 123 points, right? I don't believe this team. I think FPL site just makes up such teams and just assigns random names to it. He had Riyad Mahrez, Kevin De Bruyne, Maddison, Pepe and Mane as his midfield. No way on earth. He did some sort of genuine analysis and decided, you know what, Nicholas, Aubameyang is going to give a penalty to Pepe. Pepe is going to score. How did he even come up with this team? What was his thinking?
I think sometimes you hit a jackpot. You get lucky with your team at times. Pepe is still, once I think he hits his form, I think he will get those big game weeks. Right now I think Son is a better option than him at that price range. 123 is a phenomenal week. You sometimes just hit your players.
Yeah, so who did you have in your team?
I had Kevin De Bruyne as my captain, so that worked out well.
That's 34 points.
I had Salah, who got an assist. That's 5 points. I had Otamendi, who got another 15 points, I think.
Yeah, you replaced him with Zinchenko.
So when I played my wild card, that's the change that I made.
Okay.
He went on and conceded 3 goals after that against Norwich. So I was going to remove him, but I was just like, I think that's one of the things about FPL. I think you just have to stick to your team. Don't move too fast unless there's an injury. Of course.
I was seeing on Twitter that one guy for game week 5. He had Pukki on his bench and Lundstram in his team. And Lundstram gave 2 points and Pukki gave 12. Game week 6, he puts Pukki in the team and Lundstram on the bench. And Pukki gave him 2 and Lundstram gave him 12.
Yeah, I think you made a team as per, you've obviously thought about it a lot. So
no.
Just back those philosophies and back your team, back your instincts. You've obviously got your players in for a reason. There's a reason you play this game. Just back your instincts. I think that's what helped me. Who else did I have? I had Alexander Arnold, who scored a goal.
Oh yeah.
I had so I obviously had Lundstram and who got me 12. So
I see some Norwich type colours on your team there.
Yeah. So the others were just 2. So I had Cantwell, Pukki, Barnes and Haller.
Alright, so let's get to a few talking points. Right now we know Pep is this unpredictable genius, the bald genius that he is. Right, so let's talk about if you have to pick City players. in a 8-0, I got 0 points. Like 0. I didn't have Sterling. I had Sterling and Zinchenko. So both of them gave me a grand total of 0. And Sterling was my captain. And Salah was my vice captain. So, okay, it was alright. But now now that Champions League is going on, and probably FA Cup will start sometime soon, and there's Carabao going on.
So if you see, Aguero is not playing. Aguero didn't play the first Champions League game. He didn't play last night in the EFL Cup. Aguero is definitely going to start, I think, unless Pep outdoes us all again. But looking at that, I think Aguero is sort of going to be the PL striker now. I'm also thinking of maybe switching up Sterling for Aguero. That is one of the options that I am thinking of doing. Zinchenko is injured, so
it's just time to get him out of the team.
Yeah, I don't think there's any point on holding on to Zinchenko. Otamendi is a goal threat. He has scored goals over seasons,
and he's a threat to his own goal as well. So you got lucky that he got 15 points, but you know what I mean, right?
Yeah,
he gave Pookie 12 points during the Norwich game.
But it's just looking at City's fixtures. If they concede, they'll concede. But I think he is a threat from set pieces. The left back is an option. Mendy is really expensive. I wouldn't actually go towards Mendy because he's not match fit at the moment. He's struggling to get through 90 minutes. If you are going to pick City players, just concentrate on the midfield and attack.
Yeah, so let's look at the next 3 game weeks for City. They are playing, who are they playing? I just saw now, Everton. Right, they're playing Everton, then they're playing Wolves, and after that playing Crystal Palace. Easy games. The problem with City has never been whether it's easy or tough. It's about who's going to score these goals, because we know they're going to score goals.
Yeah.
Right? A lot of people I've seen make this combination of 2 or 3 City players, both so they have Aguero, KDB and Sterling.
Yeah.
Or something like that. It is a lot of money to put in, but if there's a 4-0 or 5-0, which is in terms of probability in my head probably is a 60-70% chance, you're going to get enough points out of that. Is that a good way to go forward?
That Wolves fixture does stand out. Wolves will be coming back, I think, from a Europa League game that game week also, and City play at home. I think there is a big. It makes sense to triple up on City for the upcoming fixtures. Everton are
they're going to lose.
Everton they're just not at the races this year. Marco Silva they're sort of regressing under Marco Silva. I have Lucas Digne in my team.
That is one thing we'll come back to. Let's just finish the City thing, because I think it's time to let's get rid of him.
Yeah, we'll come back to Digne. Yeah, I think City. I think tripling up on City is a good option.
All right. Wait, what was I thinking? So I had just after City, since we spoke about Wolves, I had Diego Jota in my team till game week 1 to game week 5.
Yeah, we were discussing this,
and he didn't give me any points.
Yeah.
Game week 6, I remove him. He scores a goal.
Yeah.
So am I the black sheep in this whole thing?
Fantasy comes back and bites you where it hurts. So.
The question is, it's been 4 years. At what point will it stop biting me?
No, so I think we spoke after the last game week, and I told you what a terrible game week I had, and I was really upset after last game week. I put in a lot of analysis and played my wild card, and it just completely backfired on me. I had Sterling as captain. They lost 3-2 at KDB, came out from the bench. So I think I was just I'm going to give this team one more game week. So you
didn't even make any substitutions?
I made no substitutions.
Oh, that was such a smart thing to do.
Yeah, so the same team gives you 38 one game week, it gives you 88 the next one.
Yeah, so on an average you're at 60, which is what I'm looking for.
60 is a good benchmark, I think, to aim at every game week.
All right, and what do we tell to all the people who are thinking, Bernardo Silva, what a hat-trick machine that he is. Should we just get him in right now?
Poor guy, he's I can't even make fun of a friend now.
Oh yeah, so I don't understand. So given how he performed last week against Watford, he has to be an automatic starter if he does not send a tweet out, right? So now that he sent the tweet out and then Pep has come down to defend him, first of all, it's just an apology should be enough. I don't know why the people are asking for more, but let's leave that question to later. So now, if I want to keep Bernardo Silva, you think he's going to play, or City is going to be like, let's not take any chance with this guy?
I think unless the FA bans him, I think he will start.
Are you saying that Tweet is going to get a FA ban?
You never know with these things. Like they take a big. I mean, they come down hard on these things these days.
Hey, off track. Did Benjamin Mendy say anything about the tweet?
He laughed it off. Like they're good friends. They played at Monaco together. They're very good friends.
Oh, so no. Others have a problem with it.
Correct.
Oh God, man. All right, let's talk about this. Let's talk about Norwich a little.
Okay.
Pookie and Cantwell. That's all people care about. I don't think anyone else knows the names of.
There's one more person who I'd like to throw in the mix. Buendia.
I had him in my team as well. I didn't. I had Pookie and Buendia.
Yeah. Oh. So I think what's happening with Norwich is that. At home they're playing well, and away they're not playing that well. Luckily the next fixture is at home, so
oh yeah, I was looking at this. The XG, the expected goals for Norwich at home and away, is considerably different.
Yeah.
At away their XG just falls down to
they lost 2-0 to West Ham away, they lost 2-0 to Burnley away,
but they're overperforming at home, so at some point you would expect some sort of correction. No way on earth Pookie is going to score 2 goals at home every week.
Let's hope he continues right now.
I know, but so this is my worry, right? But when I take a player, it's never like at the beginning of a wave. It's at the end of the bell curve. So I always get the worst part of it and missing out all the major points giving. So how do you, when you say you did a lot of analysis, right? How do you know that? We know about this guy Sterling, Salah, Mane, Aguero. We know them, right? You can blindly take them for 38 weeks, don't change, they'll give you decent return. For the players who are a little unknown, how do you decide that, okay, this is going to be a start of a good period for this guy, as opposed to like just blindly picking him?
So with a lot of players that come up from the championship, we never know if they can actually cut it at the top level. So, I'm always a bit hesitant on getting them initially into my team. Like, last year it was with Callum Wilson or similar people like that. Pookie, obviously, he passed the eye test very quickly. And he's just been in sensational form, whether it be internationally or at the local level. Form is something that you have to look at. I think form, it doesn't matter who you're scoring goals against. If it's at the international level, that's a good enough level.
If I'm looking at the FPL website, there's something called ICT.
Yeah.
And then there's something called form.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't form a reflection of ICT? Aren't they related in some way or the other? Or?
Yeah, I think there's something called CBI also.
What?
Which is for defenders. It's clearances, blocks and interceptions.
That means nothing. If someone has to do a lot of clearances, it's just lucky.
Yeah, so I think Tyrone Mings, for example, will probably be top of CBI.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people are getting in Mings into their team. Is there a reason for it?
Yeah, because so if Villa keep a clean sheet, he will most probably get 3 bonus.
Yeah,
that's why people are bringing him in. He is a cheap option. They have a very good goalkeeper in Tom Heaton. So that's why people are going towards Mings. Another good option for a defensive cover at Villa is Gulbe. I don't know how you pronounce his name. I'm sorry. He's a right back. He got an assist versus West Ham. Was it? I think one of the teams. Sorry, but he's 4.4 or 4.5. I think he's a marauding right back. I think he's a good option. But if you had to pick just one player from Villa, it has to be Josh McGinn.
I think I should. I'm trying to use my wild card now. That game week disappointed me so much.
Yeah.
I took a -4. I was at 0 points at the end of Saturday.
Have you already started your wild card picks?
I'm thinking about it. Like, I had Nathan Ake in my team. He gave 9 points. Now I'm like, oh, this fake sense of loyalty. I can't fire Nathan Ake. He's given me so many points.
So you don't have to change all your players, right? You could just... to anyone who's playing the wild card, I would recommend playing it as early as possible because you avoid price rises.
Price rise, dude. I'm way beyond such such things. I just need some players who can perform. I don't mind taking 2, 3, 4.4 players who'll never start and just like hold on to my. I'm like Saru in that way. I just pick 11 and just get on with it. Even if he's injured, just continue playing him and hope something happens.
Yeah.
Did you see this tweet? Madison is meeting Jay-Z after his performance.
What's he saying?
I got 10 points.
I think Madison will like definitely get more assists than score goals. I think there was a stat that it was his first goal after 31 shots this season. So before this game week, he had the most shots without a goal.
He's such a good player, man. Madison. I don't know how many points he'll eventually end up, but he is. Leicester and West Ham. We have to talk about how good they're performing in the league.
Leicester definitely. I think I was only holding off on Leicester players because they had two difficult fixtures. They had United and Tottenham back to back. It's definitely time to look at Leicester players. So Yonku is 4.5 and he's a defender.
Yeah,
I think
I'm going to remove all these expensive defenders, good for nothing, useless chaps. I'm going to get some cheap ass ones.
Tomori.
I was actually thinking about it, but
no. Chelsea concede too many goals.
I know, but Chelsea has like their next 5-6 fixtures are decent ones.
They'll still concede. They conceded 2 against Sheffield.
They
conceded 2 against Norwich.
And everyone's conceding goals, but I need some cheap defenders. No, the premise is there's no team which can keep a clean sheet nowadays. Other than Man City probably has the highest probability of keeping a clean sheet. I think when
Alisson comes back, which is after the next international break.
That is so unfair on Adrian. He's been really good.
But he's not Alisson.
We don't Alisson.
No. Alisson is a good shot stopper. But his positional sense and all, he gets caught. I mean, I don't know if you remember the goal he conceded against Southampton. He basically kicked it into Danny Ings and Danny Ings got the goal for that.
Yeah, but that you have to do. If you can't do that much to your cousin brother, where you buy all your players from, and then what else will you do? You need to do something. Like if Chelsea play Vitesse, the match will end like 5-3 or something. And the Chelsea Academy players will be happy about it. Alright, we'll take a break right now. After the break, we talk about West Ham. And we talk about how useless Everton have been. I think it's just not the time. It's basically remove everyone. Your Sigurdsson, Richarlison, all of them. Forget about them for like at least 2 months. See what they're doing and then get back. And then we talk about our 3 picks, which is for this game week, and then the captaincy choice. And I'm not going to say anything because my team sucks. Alright, please stay tuned to Football Twaddle.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another awesome week on the IVM Podcast Network. If you are not following us on social media, please make sure you do. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Instagram was a big week for us this week. We crossed 10,000 followers. Also, you should check out the kind of stuff that we do over there. Get a look into the studio. And, see some of the quotes and stuff like that come out. And audiograms and, all that other kind of good stuff. So, let me tell you about 2 new shows that are coming up, right? So, the first one let me talk to you about is GameCity. This show is hosted by Farhad and Sunetru. They share the ABCDs of their queer lives and dig into the memories and experiences. Tune in for a new episode every week on Tuesdays. Another show we're really excited to bring you is called Feeding 10 Billion. This show is hosted by Good Food Institute's Varun Deshpande and Ramya Ramamurthy. They talk to experts in the food industry about rethinking protein and reimagining food systems in India. New episodes out every Tuesday for this show as well. Also, Simplified is completing 150 episodes. My God, I can't believe that we're already there. They need your help to celebrate this milestone. Send us theories, concepts, or questions that you have using the hashtag Simplified150 on Twitter, or send us a DM on Instagram. And Chuck, Naren, and Shriketh will answer your questions on episode 150. On The Seen and the Unseen, Amit is in conversation with journalist and author Akshay Mukul. They deep dive into his book about the Gita Press. On Paisa Vaisa, Anupam is joined by founder and CEO of Markets Mojo, Dr. Mohit Batra. They talk about minimizing risks and maximizing returns and understanding investment behavior. On the Empowering series, Zarina is joined by celebrity fitness coach Bakr Nasser. He talks about the importance of exercising and how he started his own indoor cycling studio, Topspin. On Vartalab, Akash and Naveen talk to Tejinder Singh, the man behind the popular Insta handle Kamakha Photo Artist. On Golgappa, Trupti is joined by Monica Godbole, who shares her experience working on the set and how she found her passionate calling to creativity. On Pulyabazi, Saurabh and Pranay talk to Divyanshu Poddar, co-founder of Rocketeers, India's first solid fuel-powered model rocket kit manufacturer. On Kinetic Living, Coach Urmi shares a workout routine called Seated Twisted on Tabata Tuesdays, and on Thriving Thursdays, she highlights the benefit of nutrient-dense foods. And with that, let's get you on with your show.
Welcome back to Football Twaddle. We have Jayant here.
What's up?
Alright, Jayant. So, just between taking a break and restarting the show, you wanted to talk about Tottenham. How bad are they?
Tottenham, my favorite topic. It's lovely to see Tottenham doing so badly.
Who did they lose to yesterday?
They lost
Kalamboli FC. Who are they?
No, they lost to Colchester.
That's as bad as...
League 2 side. There are about 70 places in between Tottenham and this League 2 side.
Which are other teams in League 2? Is Blackburn in League 2? No. None of us know, right?
Shebi Singh.
Shebi Singh. Oh.
So I think, what we're seeing with a lot of teams this year is a big disparity between home form and away form. Tottenham and Manchester United, I think if you look at away form this year, they're like in the bottom 3. It's that bad.
I thought even Tottenham's home form was very bad.
Tottenham's home form is not too bad. Because of the Champions League, I'm guessing.
And Harry Kane can dive in front of supporters at home.
He dives and scores a goal. I mean, that was kind of weird.
I am happy with it. If he is in my team, he better dive and get me those points.
Harry Kane also, he's not getting those double haul figures, I think, which you would want from a player whose value is 10 plus, 11 plus.
Yeah.
Tottenham, I think the best pick for their team would be Heung-min Son. Yeah, if he's been on form for like 6 months or 7 months now.
Yeah.
He came off the bench yesterday, so he didn't even start. Yeah, I think Son is the way to go for them. Yeah, again, Arsenal away is it worries me a little bit.
What do you mean Arsenal away? Are Spurs playing Arsenal again?
No. It's I'm moving on to the other London team. It's United Arsenal. It's which is probably the standout fixture of the next game week.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, they're playing on Monday night.
I have no players from either of the team. United versus Arsenal.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to know if... Okay, let's say that Arsenal are bad defensively, but United are bad everywhere, so they won't score a goal.
Yeah, United don't have a fit striker now. So Jesse Lingard is probably going to play a centre forward. Rashford got injured in the last game week.
Oh yeah, thank God I can get rid of him.
Yeah, please do.
No, you cling on to the hope, okay, he runs. So he will probably...
You don't get points for running.
2.
Forrest Gump would be on FPL then.
For 60 minutes, 2 points. And if I captain him, I'm already at 4. Which is way higher than what I was on Saturday. Alright, so Jesse Lingard is a sure shot starter for this United Arsenal game.
Well, I think unless Greenwood recovers...
What happened to Greenwood? He had
tonsillitis.
What? Oh yeah, he's a kid.
Yeah.
Isn't tonsils like something associated with like small children or something? Do adults get tonsillitis? Or you have no idea?
Any adults listening to this, please let Saru know.
We are overreaching the target audience here. We are reaching to the young, intelligent. Those are the demographic. Alright, so Manchester United, there's no point talking about them, at least in terms of FPL. We know they're bad, so we don't take any of them, right?
Yeah. Arsenal, I think Aubameyang is the only one who you would like to try and get.
Yeah.
He's got 50% of their goals. He's scored in almost every match.
Alright, man. So let's talk about these things. 3 picks on who's going to perform well in match day 7. And if you give me answers like Sterling, Aguero, Salah, Mane, all of them, then the answer is please try harder because we know about the quality of all these guys.
Okay, I think Son is one pick. I think Tammy Abraham is another.
Son is playing against Southampton.
Yeah, but Spurs are at home. I think home. That's one thing when I look at fixtures. I think I always captain someone who's playing at home.
Okay.
Unless it's. I think Southampton and Crystal Palace have a terrible...
Regarding captaincy, what's your opinion on, just stick to one player and captain him for like 2 months, 3 months. Don't try to be this whole predictive master. Like, this game, this guy is going to do well, so I'll captain him. What's your opinion on that? Like, let's say you picked Aguero beginning of game week 1 and you captained him. Chances are out of 6 game weeks, 2 game weeks, he would have given you so many points.
Yeah.
That other 4, even if he didn't give you that many, you would still be decent.
It's a fair way to go. I think if you have Aguero in your team, you'd captain him 90% of the time. I think the only games you might not captain him is against Liverpool. which is 2 games out of 38. Like it's fine. I mean, I wouldn't mind doing that. It's just, again, you have to see what they have done, how many minutes they have played during the week. If Aguero plays Premier League 90 minutes and Champions League 90 minutes and Premier League 90 minutes and Champions League 90 minutes, there is a big chance that he's not going to play the next Premier League game.
Is he going to play this one?
Yeah, he'll play.
Thank God. All right. So Sheffield is playing. Okay, we have 3 picks. You said one. What was the first one you said?
Son.
Oh.
This is. I'm not allowed to say Liverpool or.
Why?
Or City, because you told me I can't say
No,
Liverpool.
I know. I said don't say Salah or Mane. If you want to say Milner is going to have an amazing game week and he's going to get like 3 penalties and he's going to score all of them, I'm all ears, man. But there's no point. If let's say you come on a show and if you say I think Sterling's going to have a phenomenal, Sterling we can't even say anymore. But yeah, other things we can. You were going with Tammy Abraham.
Yeah, I think again at home against
Brighton.
How's
Brighton doing? Their form table doesn't suggest they're doing quite well, right?
They're doing okay. They won the first game of the season and then they've sort of tapered off after that. They had a disappointing draw against Newcastle last week, which they should have won.
That was such a boring 0-0. God, I don't even like. Yeah, Brighton's 15th on the table. They basically not won in the last 5. They've lost 2 and drawn 3.
The other big match is actually Wolves versus Watford. The bottom 2 teams.
Yeah. So, who do you take?
I'm not going to pick Diego Jota, don't worry.
You can. He scored a goal.
But he was in your team last. I actually think, Delafeu's had a couple of good game weeks. I think this might be Watford's first win this season.
Do you actually think Watford's going to win this game?
If not this, then when? They need to start winning. Actually, but I think both of them are looking for a win. I don't think Wolves have got like 4 draws out of 6 games or something like that.
No, let's talk about a game which probably can give a lot of points. Bournemouth versus West Ham.
Yeah, you were talking about budget defenders.
Yeah.
There's a player called Diego Rico who plays for Bournemouth.
Yeah.
He got an assist last week also. I think he's on corners for them. So, if you have a defender who takes set pieces, it just adds a lot of value. West Ham is another team which have got good defensive picks. Masuaku, Diop, Cresswell scored a goal last week.
Diop seems like a good option, man. Yeah. And Cresswell, come on, you can't expect him to score that free kick every week.
Yeah, I think he was also maybe only playing because Masuaku was suspended. So, that's one thing that you have to keep an eye on.
Alright, so if people... Oh, by the way, I had Paul... What Ryan was he? Paul Ryan.
Which team?
What's the goalkeeper?
Matt Ryan. He gave me 10 points. Yeah. And then there was Heaton. Yeah.
Who gave 2, right? How do you even select which keeper to play for the week?
So you try and look for who I was playing the home fixture.
Last year was so much easier. I just had Fabianski and said fuck it.
That's a good way to go this year also. He's top of the goalkeeping charts. Even though he's considered 5 against City in the first game week. But I'll tell you what it is. Like when City beat Watford 8-0, all we could think was 8-0 was bad, right? Yeah. But it could be that the Watford keeper had like 14 other saves to make. No, he didn't.
I said it could be. I'm painting a scenario, a picture here. And he could still give you like 10-11 points in FPL.
Yeah, so you should try and pick, I think, cheap goalkeepers who make a lot of saves. And Fabianski is one of them. I have Pope as my keeper. So
I'm surprised you didn't say Maddison. He's starting against Newcastle and he is...
Leicester is definitely an option. I think Maddison's I think scored his goal for like a month now.
No, I'm not talking about Vardy, but I'm talking about Maddison probably can give you... Hamza Chaudhry.
He doesn't start, no. But I think Soyuncu, again, good option in defense. He's 4.5, 4.6. He's sort of Harry Maguire's heir. He carries the ball well. He's a good tackler.
So all the options you gave are basically differentials, right?
Yeah.
I think the ownership on almost all of them is quite low.
Yes.
But man, I think Son will do well. Tottenham can't just
Yeah, I think if Tottenham are to do well, it's either Son or Kane.
Yeah. I have a feeling when Pepe will do well. I mean, I quite like the player Pepe, and they're playing Manchester United. I'm not saying buy him. I'm just like throwing a thought out there that I think Pepe is like going to. You must be happy. I'm like saying an Arsenal player is going to do well.
Yeah, of course. I hope Pepe does well.
What did you make of that whole situation where Aubameyang gave the ball to Pepe and said, you score the penalty? If you were a FPL manager who had captained Aubameyang and an Arsenal fan, what would you feel about it?
I mean, that I am an Arsenal fan and I don't have Aubameyang in my team, so I think I'm less biased. But I think you would never see Harry Kane doing that. You would never see an Aguero
doing that. Are you from the
that.
Tim Sherwood school of thought?
I think it's good if a striker is selfish. Like, you want him to score goals, right? You want him to be the Golden Boot winner.
Isn't it better if a striker is trying to get someone his first goal in a club and they can get on an amazing run together? God, dude, how selfish are you? Like, you're almost a Tottenham supporter.
What if you miss the penalty?
Okay, so just try and score more goals. Why are you going to crucify a guy for missing a penalty now? Paul Pogba should have gone long ago then.
Yeah.
Where is he, by the way?
He's not played the last 2 games.
But is he still injured? What happened to him?
I don't think he's injured. I mean, in quotation marks, I'm sure he's injured.
So why is he chilling? Like, why are they not playing Pogba?
They played, I'm sure the logic was that they beat Leicester without him, so, give him another game week. I mean, play the same team the next game week.
Do they have some Carabao Cup coming up?
Today, yes, they play Rockdale or something.
Rockdale?
Yeah.
Who are all these guys? I see them only in the first round of Carabao Cup.
This is the 3rd round.
Who played the first 2 rounds?
Rockdale did.
When does it start? When the World Cup was going on, they just started Carabao Cup.
So I think the Premier League teams get a bye in the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, something like what they do for the FA Cup, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
Alright, your differential pick, all our differentials, so whatever. Captaincy choices. First question, before we even say the captaincy ones, is that if Kevin De Bruyne was valued above 10 million, he's what, 9 point something?
He started 9.5, he's almost 10 now.
He's almost 10, right? So if he was valued at, let's say, 11, would people more freely captain him? I think a lot of people, because they've bought like a 12 million player or 11 million player, they're compelled to captain those guys because they've spent so much money on them.
So I have Sterling and KDB both in my team. It's a no-brainer for me. It's KDB.
Who was your vice captain?
Salah.
So
yeah.
So you had captain KDB and you if you could play the I'll captain KDB and vice captain Sterling, and if one of them starts, you're still getting points.
Yeah. This game week I might go with Salah as captain. Sheffield have a very good away record. They haven't lost an away game since January, but they're playing this one at home. So
unnecessary stat. Next week, I'll just edit it out.
So that's why I'm going with Salah, because I think they play better away from home.
I think Aguero would be a good captaincy choice. They're playing Everton. They are there for the taking Everton.
City, yes, you could captain in any one of Aguero, KDB, Sterling. I'm still not sure if he's going to start.
Like, imagine City lost to Norwich. And like Pep went crazy. He said, I'm proud of my team. And when people called me Fraudiola, these are the guys who helped me and all. He just went crazy, right? Yeah. And then they won 8-0.
Yeah. Now they could have won 12-0. They hit the post like thrice.
Yeah. Now, according to Twitter, Guardiola is a racist, right? So imagine the level. He'll up the ante even more. We're looking at a 10-0 or City against Everton.
Yeah, I think one thing that I'm looking at very closely is maybe changing Sterling to Aguero, and getting Mason Mount or someone in midfield.
Don't load up with Chelsea players.
I don't have a Chelsea player in my team.
Then get Tammy Abraham. Just be like a good boy and just get the guy who tries to score goals.
Yeah, I don't.
Or get Kante. I'm telling you.
Was Kante on your bench this game?
Stop. He was. Lampard, such a liar. I hate all of them. 50% chance of playing. So I keep him as third substitute. He's running like there's nothing wrong with him. He just scores the goal.
You would love to have Kante as a bodyguard, I think.
Dude, I would love to just carry Kante around wherever I go. Yeah. Just who are you with? My +1, always Kante. Yeah, so captaincy, you're not thinking about Son as captain?
I don't have Son in my team.
You don't have to have Son.
Okay, so
I'm saying is Son a good Okay, I'll give you choices. Aguero, KDB, Son and Tammy. just to put it out there.
Safe bet, Aguero, differentials on.
Yeah, they're playing Southampton. They're not very hard to... You can score goals against Southampton. It's just pretty stupid Tottenham. You don't even know what form they are in. Yeah. It's so hard. Like last year, you could predict Son. You take Son, you could get at least like points. This year, you don't know anything.
You don't know. That's, with the... Apart from City and Liverpool, you don't know anything with the other teams.
Is that ballerina Dele Alli still playing?
Yeah. I think he started yesterday. He's not playing Premier League for whatever reason.
He's not good enough. Probably that's why they're just trying him out against Colchester, and he lost that as well. Did they lose that in penalties?
Yeah, 0-0.
All right. How many points are you looking for? What is a good game week for you?
60 plus.
60 plus. Wow, that's a high benchmark. How many points do you want to get in the season? If you get 2,400 points, would you be in the top 10,000?
See, I think 2,400, I'll be happy with that. I want to do better than a few of my friends. I think it's more personal also.
I've given up on that dream 3 years ago. I've unfriended them as well, closed my Facebook account. I'm like, this shit.
No, seriously, I can imagine, like, if you have a bad game week, you just want to crawl into a corner and not talk to anyone that game week. But
yeah, the only thing was I knew Nitin Ake would come in and he would give me those 8-9 points. Yeah. Thank God he did whatever he did in that game.
Yeah.
If that kept a clean sheet, it would have been better. But you can't really expect that much of Bournemouth. Yeah. All right, man. Jen, thanks a lot for coming in.
Thank you everyone.
I hope you have a great game week 7.
Yes,
and
you do.
Score lesser points than me. If I score 100 and you score 90, you're happy. Come on.
Yeah, but if you score 40 and I score 30, I'm not.
Yeah, but then both will be sad. I would still be happy. 40 is bad, man. I can't believe I can talk about 40 points per game week already. I reached this level in game week 12 or something. This is just too early in the season for me to be giving up. What do people do when they give up on this season already in FPL? Like, should I just go for all left-wing choices? Like, absolute left field? I'm like, screw Salah. Let's just take...
If you have a good base for a team, it's not gonna fail 2 weeks in a row.
Okay, I'm making my game wildcard changes. Salah or Mane? Or is there any difference?
No, that's... why I picked Salah was because he's on penalties.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, fine, cool. Thanks a lot, Jayant.
Thank you.
And, wait, let me see what's going on in the football Twaddle league. You joined the league, right?
I joined the league, yeah.
What's your rank in that?
How many people are there?
There are a lot of people.
I'm ranked 66.
You're ranked 66?
Yeah.
Alright, so we have a new leader, a guy called Mukesh Madhav. I've not seen him before. He was not in the top 5 till recently. Man, look at his team. Megan, Kevin De Bruyne, Salah, Son, Aguero captain, Pukki, Fredericks, Van Dijk, Ryan. He just has points everywhere.
Yeah, just copy that team, sir.
Oh, he has Zinchenko, so screw him. Alright, Mukesh, if you want to make your team a little bit better, just get rid of Zinchenko. He already has Rico. Freaking hell, we should get him on the pod.
Yeah.
But he also has Greenwood and Button, so I don't know, but he has a good team.
He has a good, again, the base is there.
Yeah, he actually has quite a good team. So yeah, congrats, Mukesh, and for being top of the league.
Do you, whoever wins this football Twaddle...
So I had announced a monthly prize. Good that you reminded me.
Yeah.
I had told people, please send me a few details, which is your address, which you obviously can't put, and your favorite club.
Yes.
And your team name, so we can figure out, but your favorite club and address, and we are going to send you gifts. But it seems like a charity option. So
why? Guys, don't you want some merchandise?
Dude, we were giving out club merchandise. But we wanted to customize it so that, if you're like a Manchester United supporter, we didn't want to give you like a Aubameyang scarf or something like that. So we wanted to at least customize it to make you feel like, you're winning something of the...
So last month's winners didn't...
They didn't. So I'm going to put it out on Twitter again. Okay. And if they don't reply, there's Kumar Kanav. There were 3 winners here last month. They were like, and Kumar Kanav won it. And he's been hounding me on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
Gift kahan hai? Yeah, I'll give it to him. But other two, Shivram and there was someone else, I forget, but I'll put it on Twitter. Please send us your details so that we can send you your gifts across. Otherwise, we'll have to just give it to Jayant.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, man. I think we've just gone on now.
Okay, see you.
All right, thanks, Jayant. And all of you listeners, have a happy Game Week 7. Bye-bye.
This is the amazing story of something awesome. Once, Chuck decided to start a podcast. And so he did. The end. Okay, that was a crappy story. But I've got some really cool stories over at my new show, The Origin of Things. On this podcast, I look at the stories of how brands came into being and sometimes evolved out of quite unexpected circumstances. And to make it really fun, I reveal the name of the brand and sometimes a category only at the very end. The show is 5 to 7 minutes per episode and perfect for trivia junkies and brand nerds, especially those with short attention spans. New episodes out every Wednesday on IVM Podcasts app or website or any podcast app or site that you happen to prefer. End of story, they lived happily ever after.
Hi, I'm Satyajit.
Hi, I'm Racheta.
We are from the Open Library Project and we host a podcast called Paperback.
Paperback is a podcast where we engage with stalwarts and experts from various industries, suggesting non-fiction titles that contributed to their journey in a big way.
We've had guests like Anjali Raina, Dr. Marcus Rani, Dr. Swati Lodha, Ambi Parmeswaran, Apurva Damani, and many more on our show Paperback. Find new episodes every Wednesday on IVM Podcast app, website, or wherever you listen to podcasts.